How's it? This is Paubox, founder CEO of Paubox. We're in beautiful Wahiawa on the island of Oahu. And without further ado, let's get started with a customer success video with Gary Powell, Executive Director of the Caregiver Foundation. Gary, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Can you tell us more about what you folks do here and your job scope?
Well, we're a nonprofit that works with seniors, with disabled adults and their caregivers. Everything from managing their finances, taking care of their legal affairs, serving as guardian, trustee, conservator, whatever is needed, right through complex care coordination, all the way through death, burial, and estate distribution. So kind of every aspect of life.
Wow. In this field of work you're in, how does HIPAA affect your operations?
Well, everybody has information related to health. So we fall under all of the HIPAA rules because we maintain health records, we update them, we share them with doctors and other parties as requested or necessary. Lots of times we're working with the court and being able to transfer information both in brief emails or extended files requires us to follow those rules and make sure we're not screwing it up.
Now Gary, you folks are an early customer of Paubox. Can you tell us what life was like before using Paubox for encrypted email?
Chaotic. I'm not a person that retains passwords easily, so documents that come with password needed to enter it drives me crazy. I needed something that would be fairly seamless, allow me to just do what I do best and not worry about the back end of making sure we were following all the right rules and having things encrypted properly and secured properly.
Let's dig into that password aspect that you mentioned. Can you tell us a little bit more about your frustrations around those kind of systems?
Well, a lot of times we'll get a document, say from an insurance company, and invariably it needs a password to get into that document, but we need that information quickly. A lot of times our client may be at the hospital, maybe somewhere that requires, pretty immediate action, and they forgot to send a password. And they expect us to pick up a phone, call somewhere on the mainland, try to get a hold of the right person, try to get the password. I don't have time for that. I need to be able to get at that information, use it properly, transmit it if necessary to the right parties, and not have to be fussing around trying to figure out a password.
Man, it must be especially tough on a smartphone with a smaller screen.
Oh, I don't even try.
Sounds familiar. So how did you folks hear about Paubox?
I was trying to think about that.
It's been a while. You guys are an early customer.
I think it was kind of something I saw on somebody else's email, called you up and said, "What's this?" And the rest is history. You explained it. I went, "You mean I don't even know how to fix it and make it work?" And you go, "No, we do that on the back end." And I said, "Oh, I like that."
Wonderful.
I'll do my part, you do your part. It's a great marriage.
Yeah. So what's life been like after implementing Paubox for your organization?
It's really easy. The only difficulty is people who do not have Paubox and don't understand it and contact us and say, "But you have to encrypt this." And we're going, "It is." And they're going, "But I can read it." And I'm going, "Here, call Paubox, they'll explain it."
They're not used to the seamless nature of the solution, huh?
And they're, especially some of the insurance companies, some of the big outfits, they just can't understand how that's possible.
Yeah, naturally. So Gary, I understand you guys had your 10-year anniversary at a fundraiser.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, we rented a nice ballroom in Honolulu, set it up beautifully. Our fundraisers are always pretty enjoyable. We have huge silent auctions of fascinating things that people go crazy over. And this year we were able to have a halau, a hula group, come in that normally only performs for their own family. And they were amazing, the entertainment they had. And we had a group called Ene, four young guys that play old style Hawaiian music. So it was great. We had close to 200 people and celebrating 10 years, as well as helping raise money for clients that run out of funds, can't afford services, but still need us.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So A&A, that's a nickname for like sweetheart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My uncle used to.
If you ever get to hear them, you'll like them.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Good memories, that word. Gary, can you tell us more about Paloma Aloha?
Paloma Aloha is our fundraising arm, I guess you'd call it. We raise funds into that side of our organization to underwrite individuals who either run out of money or simply don't have funds. It also supports our education and community programs. It's an interesting way because we're a fee-for-service nonprofit, which is not a normal concept for many people. But in our work, if you make a commitment to somebody to handle their life affairs, you can't be dependent on a government grant that may come or not. So we run it like a business that's self-sustaining, but the so-called profit, if there is any, and the money that we're able to raise from people goes into Paloma Aloha, which then underwrites costs that aren't covered by fees.
That's a creative solution you guys figured out.
It's a good solution. It also allows people to leave property, leave different types of estate planning, setting up estate plans in different ways so that their estates can be left to Paloma Aloha, to the foundation, and kind of take their care and be their hands in perpetuity. So it's a really good way to do it. We're proud of it.
Now, Gary, I was listening to a radio show earlier today, and you mentioned your affinity for calendars, or in using calendars. Were you aware that using your underlying Office 365 email solution, which Paubox wraps around, that you can use it for HIPAA-compliant email calendar invites? Do you guys use it in that way?
No, you'll have to tell me more.
Yeah, so you can use your calendar invites. You can insert protected health information into the calendar invite, and when you invite someone outside your organization, that email invite is actually delivered by Paubox. So you can use your calendar as a HIPAA-compliant calendaring service. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
We learned about it through talking to customers just like this. And they were using it all on their own, and they assumed everyone else was using it. And I was like, I don't think so.
Well, we really like Office 365, but we're very novice users.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no additional steps to do. You can just start using it in that manner. And
that's great.
The calendar function actually triggers our email service to deliver the invites. Kind of neat.
Yeah, well, you're way smarter than I am, so just make sure it works.
Yeah. Great. And then, Gary, where do you see the future of your sector going as far as help?
Well, our small organization has doubled its growth every 2 years. So I see that simply continuing, if not escalating, ramping up harder, faster and faster. I'm from a generation that was what do they call us? The largest generation?
The greatest.
Not the greatest.
Oh.
The largest.
The largest.
The greatest came home and made us. But there's an awful lot of people that are retiring every day and getting older, and at some point will need some kind of help. Rosalind Carter said there's 4 kinds of people in the world. There are caregivers, those who have been caregivers, those who need care, and those who will care for someone else. So everybody is going to be touched by caregiving or by the need for care. And that's you and me and everyone that we know. So the work that we do is such a comprehensive approach to care that someone can literally turn their life over, and we'll help them manage it all the way through. It's good work. I love it.
God's work. And I think you got an early start on that, according to my homework I was doing on you.
Yeah.
12 or 13 years old.
About that.
Wow. Okay, we're going to get in the lightning round with Gary Powell, Executive Director of the Caregiver Foundation. Ready, Gary?
Go.
Great. What's your favorite Hawaiian food?
Kaluapi.
Oh, man. Awesome. When's the last time you seen the movie Big Lebowski?
Don't know who it is. Don't know what it is.
We'll get you the DVD.
Okay.
What book or books are you reading now?
Oh, I'm reading The Prophet again by Khalil Gibran. That's one of my favorites. And some sort of a murder mystery.
Oh, you get to read fiction?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. When's the last time you sent a fax?
Yesterday.
Work-wise or personal?
Work-wise.
Work-wise. So you guys send a lot of faxes?
We do send a lot of faxes still.
What was your last Halloween costume?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably Dracula.
Oh, yeah. That's a constant winner.
Fond one of mine.
Yeah. Okay. Hypothetical. Who would win in the octagon? A polar bear or a silverback gorilla?
Polar bear.
Right? Team polar bear all the way. It's 50-50. I don't know why people choose that other stuff. It's an obvious winner. You ever been kayak fishing?
No way. Sharks are bigger than those things.
Especially out here in Waiua, or close to the North Shore. And what's your favorite karaoke jam? Your go-to song?
My piano.
Your piano?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Get your own gear.
Definitely.
Right on, Gary. Hey, well, thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.